Hello everyone, welcome back to Leeton. So I've not done a video for a couple of weeks probably. It's just been so busy at work, busy in the house, and lots of other stuff going on, but I've really got to get some work done out here in the veg plot. I've got a brassica to plant out. I've got quite a few onions now that are ready. They've got to come out. They're keeling over and the skins are going brown, so got to get them out. Any smaller ones that are in there that are still healthy, still growing, I'll leave for now. We've got lots of mange too that we've been eating, which have been very nice, and tomatoes are coming on as well now, all in flower. Got some baby tomatoes growing, carrots and strawberries. We've got quite a bit of food coming out just this small area. So I'm going to crack on. I'm not going to film absolutely everything because I've got a lot to do and I don't want to bore you all to tears, but what I'll do is just put little clips in here and there of what I'll get done today and show you what I'm up to. So as you can see, we've got some really nice onions here, and they're definitely ready to come out, and that gives me some more space then in this bed to put the things that I've got growing in the greenhouse. So let's get that done. So quite a mixed bag really. Got some nice size ones there, nice size onions, and obviously there's some smaller ones, but overall I am quite happy with that. And then we've got some red baron here as well, again a mixture of sizes. Now all these onions were sown from sets in March, and as I've said in previous videos, very hard clay ground, and they were literally just pushed into the wet soggy clay in March, sprinkling a compost on the top and just left to it, watered in dry weather, and that's the result. So yeah, I'm happy. That'll keep us going for a while anyway in onions, so gonna let those dry a little bit while I get on and get that bed weeded. We've got all sorts in there now, thistles, we've got mare's tail, pineapple weed, there's all sorts going on in there. So get that done. These spinach, oh, these were planted out only a couple of weeks ago between the onions, and then we've had that mega hot weather and they've just bolted. I've really not done very well this year with spinach for some reason, and I normally don't struggle at all. Okay, so let's get this bed cleared and then I can get some stuff planted out. So I've got this bed weeded, just levelled off roughly. Not a weed that. As you can see, I'm inundated with weeds everywhere, but later in the year all this is going to get levelled out with a machine and some proper beds made. So I've been growing some kale since beginning of June from seed in the greenhouse, and these are ready to go out now. One of my favourite leafy greens. Now I've seen quite a few cabbage whites about, but I've managed to keep on top of it, and the brassicas that are in the the enclosure there with the enviromesh seems to be doing okay, and I've got a cauliflower over there in a pot just out in the open, and I keep going along and wiping the eggs off. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to grow these outside okay. And I've got some more brassicas to put out. I have actually got some fleece that I might put over this bed afterwards, just to try and protect them. In fact, that looks like a caterpillar there. Go over the fence. Okay, so I'm going to put these in, because these carrots will be coming out pretty soon. In fact, we've already started harvesting the carrots. They're really nice, and I need to get them out because I want to put some more in. I want to get a last sowing really this year. So I'm going to put these probably 4 like that. Hopefully I'll be able to keep the cabbage whites off. Okay, so I've got my 4 kale in at the end there, and then I thought I'd get my cauliflower that I've had growing since I sown 1st of June in the greenhouse. These are the young plants. They've been in probably 5-inch pots, with the exception of this one, which, believe it or not, was sown on in March. And it's the only one of my March sowing that survived. The rest just got absolutely obliterated by aphids, and there are a few aphids on this one. Keep brushing them off, and it is starting to form a little heart in here, so we might be lucky. Now I've kept it going and held it back in this large pot, and I thought, let's give it a chance. I've got a space left here with the other cauliflowers, so let's give it a chance and see if we can get this one back to full health and join in with these others and maybe crop a bit earlier than the others. It should do. But before I do that, I'm just going to go along and check every single leaf for any butterfly eggs, because in fact, there's a caterpillar. Because the last thing I want to do is put this plant in here under some fleece if it's riddled with eggs or caterpillars. So there's another one. So I'm going to give this a good going over. Okay, so this, if you watched one of the previous videos, I built this enclosure and I've got my sprouts at the back there. They're coming on really well. Starting to get the little tiny sprouts in the junctions of the leaves where they join the stem, and looking very healthy. And then yesterday I cleared out the calabrese that we had growing in here, and they had gone to flower really, so I cut the flowers off. We still ate them, they're perfectly fine, and then they grew all the tiny little heads, and we cut those off, ate those too. So I've got this space, this area free now, so I thought I'd put the calabrese that I've grown in the greenhouse, sown beginning of June. Gone a bit leggy because it's been in the greenhouse in pots, so I'm going to get that in the ground. That'll fill up some of this space, well, all of this space really, although I am planting things quite close together just to get it all in, which you can do, it's not a problem. It just means you'll get slightly smaller crops. So I may squeeze a couple more sprouts in here that I've got growing in the greenhouse yet. So I've got my calabrese in there, and I've got space for another couple of plants. So I've been and grabbed a couple of the healthiest looking sprouts that I've got growing, and I'm going to put those in here because these are the Christmas sprouts, and I want to keep them protected. And then the other ones I've got, I'm just going to have to risk putting outside somewhere, not undercover. Just don't have the space at the moment until we get all the garden sorted out. So I'll look after these two. So I'm going to take off the two bottom leaves because I'm going to plant them a little bit deeper than they are already, which all the brassicas family quite like. I'm going to put one there. This ground is really quite dry, so I have been watering it through all this hot weather, but clearly it really was that hot, it still dried out the ground. Well, thanks very much for watching, everyone. Just about got what I had to do today done. What I've also done is planted out some lettuce seedlings, etc, etc. So, but yeah, not a bad harvest of onions. Got some of my brassicas in, so happy. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.